There's been ongoing concerns about vaping-related illnesses across the United States. Governor Charlie Baker decided to implement a 4-month ban on all vaping-related product sales in the state of Massachusetts, effective immediately. And so essentially, there was no warning to any of the vape-related businesses or other shops, such as tobacco shops or convenience stores that sell these products. And pretty much on Wednesday, the enforcement began with local health agents going around issuing out notices sent out by the state and ordering everyone to close if they only had the vaping related products, or to essentially get the products off their shelves and stop selling them.
Taunton is a city of less than 60,000 people. We're south of Boston. What is most upsetting to business people in general is the suddenness of the order, the executive order by Governor Charlie Baker. They had no time to react except to get all their merchandise off the shelves and close up. And it's not just here in Taunton, but it's throughout the state. So when I went to the larger of the two vape shops here, from a business point of view, they feel that it was arbitrary and unfair. And when you talk to these folks, they're the vape folks, you know, not just them, but their customers. A lot of them will give you stories about how they used to be serious smokers, and how if it weren't for vaping, they would still be smoking 2.5 packs a day. I mean, I heard a lot of that from the manager, the customers, and they are going to miss this, they say, terribly. They're very upset about it, and then the owner was a husband and wife. So the wife happened to stop in before, as I was wrapping up, and she said, you know, we just got a house, we have 2 little kids, we have a mortgage, and my husband's in Europe trying to get some deals going for some vaping equipment, and she doesn't know what they're going to do at this point, but except that they didn't lay anyone off, they're out of business. So
it's kind of the same thing around the Broughton area, because I think there's about a dozen shops in our general coverage area. And pretty much what Charlie said is that a lot of them were just upset about the no notice. They had no time to figure out another plan, or I guess prepare. And that's why, at least on Wednesday, I primarily, for my story, I went around to the vape related shops specifically, since they would be hit the hardest by this versus the tobacco shops and the convenience stores that also sell other products. And a lot of them were still trying to sell up until health agents came around and essentially ordered them to stop or distributed the notice, which, from what I've been hearing from the shops and also from the health agents I've spoken to, the businesses didn't blame the local officials. It's really, they're angry at the state, and they're very angry with the governor. From what I've heard too, on Tuesday night, right after the ban was announced, I know at least one of the shops I went to in Rainham, the line was, they said they had 30 people in the shop at any time and a line out the door pretty much all night up until midnight. So they were trying to get out as much as they could, but essentially everything stopped Wednesday with the local enforcement officials going around and essentially telling them to stop.
Right, and the other thing, the comments that were made to me, and they're not scientists, and they're not they don't do statistical analysis, but when you talk to people who work in the shops and who, you know, follow this, that they claim that the true nature of the illnesses, and especially the deaths, can be attributed, according to them, to black market THC infused cartridges or pods, right? Pods, yeah, right.
Yeah, that's what I heard too.
And that's what's they claim is causing this trouble with serious illnesses and deaths. Now, take it with a grain of salt, but that's their opinion in general that I got from speaking to them, and that they feel they're being unfairly singled out.
I don't know exactly what led him to do 4 months, other than trying to give researchers substantial time to look into this and try to pinpoint the cause and better regulate vaping products. But the issue is that these businesses can't just shut down for 4 months. And pretty much everyone I've spoken to, they're trying to figure out something else to do with their space, because they have leases, they own the business, or they have all these products on the shelves that they now can do nothing with in the state of Massachusetts. And the issue is all of them have pretty much said this is going to drive them out of business. And at least the ones in my area, they're all small vape shops. None of them are these giant nationwide vaping sellers. And they have maybe one or a handful of shops around the area, but pretty much all of them have said they're going to go out of business because of this ban specifically.
One shop I went to, the vape shop, the general manager and the owner, they both told me that, we pay for all of our merchandise upfront from a distributor. It's not bought on credit. We can't return it. And there's no way that we'll be able to reopen 4 months from now. It'd just be too formidable economically for them to do that. So that's the way they described it to me.